Two, that in the case of FERMA, that they wrote to FERMA and realized that the agency had collected about 850 million naira from road tax, and they passed that on to the CBN. So because of the request that they made, FERMA got the money back from the CBN and they were able to use it in some road projects. On the UBE scheme, he noted that the federal government, which is the law, is supposed to contribute 2% of the revenue of the government to the UBE scheme, and states that it's your interest that, I mean, the House to publish your salaries, what you earn. That would, but he thinks that the House is the lower court and the House appeal, and they are likely to lose their appeal, in which case they will go to the Supreme Court. Then finally, support is out there for agencies and organizations that are interested in pushing this FOI acts to the limit. But because it appears, I mean, so much has been said about Nigerians not wanting to do anything, you find out that about 70 to 80% of the cases end up in court. And for someone who earns 18,000 naira a month, I don't know how many Nigerians will be willing to be chasing court. And I'll use my own organization as a reference point. 2 years ago, we wrote to the Code of Conduct Bureau to ask for the asset declaration of Mr. President. And the Code of Conduct did not dignify our request with a response. Rather, the Commission, the head of the agency, went about saying that the Constitution does not request the President to declare his asset publicly. We took the case to court, and Chidi, at the stage, we had to literally come begging to Chidi to see what we could do about it. The case went to court, the lawyer was demanding so much money, and we couldn't just afford that as an organization. Probably what interest beyond the public interest. So I want to know what can be done to redress that kind of situation. Thank you very much.
Just before we go on, I just redress an error on my part. We have Google messages from the governor of the country.
And we congratulate the Wole Center and encourage them to continue on this route. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chidi. May I now ask Mr. Chidi Odinkalu, the representative of the Lagos State government.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, just best wishes of the governor of Lagos State that we fully support solution that the government will be willing to give everything support wherever necessary. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those reassuring messages. Number 2.
Of human rights, CDHR. I'm highly delighted to be here. They are giving me hope, and I hope that my hope will not be distressed sooner or later. My greatest concern is that we have been told corruption is undermining every one of us. We have been told corruption is a major problem confronting us. But I'm worried that just recently there was an election among the governors. My wife told me, and I believe her, that the numbers of those who participated in that election were less than 40. My wife. And it generated controversy. Just some few days ago, there was also some drama at the River State House of Assembly. My same wife also told me that those who participated in that election were less than 7. And they claim that less than 7 is greater than 21. If we cannot manage election of less than 50 persons, and we are close to 2015, and those of us who participate in 2015 election is likely to be over 20 million, what is our future? How do we defend this mandate when we know at the end of the day that we have no control over those who have monopoly of power and weapon, and they are ready to stand on our shoulder that this is the way the election must go. This is what has happened in Group A and B. Thank you. I will want Dr. Chidi to please assist me on that my thoughts.
Good afternoon, I'm Samuel Abike, representing the school of online. Good afternoon, I'm Samuel Abike, representing the school of online. My question actually is Abike Dabiri-Erewa going to articulate the respect. First of all, my question is about the left Mr. Falana representing the card in the case, I need for a request for emoluments and on the issue of implication of FOI. If I invoke the act, personally, as say as an ordinary citizen, I'm not I have no confidence in that I will receive a response because I've actually tried this government, and I sent a letter to the office of Mr. Amusun, which when I received a response about how the methodology is being employed in the award of dues, like something like palliative to those whose the house were being demolished in the States. The response I got, a lot of the response I got from the state government were redacted, including the valuers, the names of the valuers and the identity was not revealed. So that's in a state. So in federal government, the same thing is not happening. And then finally, Mr. Jeyifo, the airport donation of 2.2 million, God has supplied from Hawaii back to Washington. So I do think our House of Representatives, how
I have some good news. The recent Transparency International reports that were just released, Nigeria wasn't in the top 10 for corrupt countries. But my question, no, we are not in the top 10.
But you are in the...
No.
Ask your question.
My question is, when did this corruption issue really became a major disease in Nigeria? I was born in the 80s and I think I've lived through this corrupt environment. I don't know if there was any time our society wasn't corrupt. So I want to know when corruption became a major issue in the country. Because I think to deal with it properly, we need to know what environment aided the growth of corruption. Thank you. For the professor.
Finder. When I go out with the dog and the driver, I know the kind of treatment we get. The day we take the pipe finder, it is like hell, madam. Meanwhile, you don't know where I got the money from. If I even have paid my last couple, I used to acquire it. So this is why people are going out of their way to acquire what they don't have, so that they will get respect. Let us stop worshiping people. Let us worship ideas. Let us worship productivity. You and I were guilty of it. When you dress well, they think you are a fine person. Sunyaka was slaughtered because the 4 men came in a 505 revolution and they wore lace. The gay men threw their gates open and they went straight to the sitting room and picked her. Let us change this, our attitude to money and the person. We are complaining about our politicians. We know the ones that are stealing, and yet when we see them, we hail them. If we treat them with odium, the ones coming behind will be afraid and they will not want to do it. The ones about educating our people. I'm also a victim, true confession, and I'm not cracking jokes, I'm talking serious. I went to Queen's College, Lack Institute, then Queen's College. Then I went abroad, I did my A-levels in 1973. It wasn't taught, when we were in Nigeria, we were never taught anything about sex. All you knew was boy, girl, man, woman. Then maybe in the toilet, some people would write graffiti. O-K-O plus O-M-O, O-C-O, equals O-M-O. And we would not shiver. We didn't know the meaning. I used to think that the way people have children was that mommy and daddy would go to the room, lock themselves up and tell God, we have been working hard, and God forgive them. But when I got to England in 1973, I was doing my A-levels. Yahoo, you hail them, big boys, upward definitely more bad. Let us change our attitude. Thank you. In the school, that is in education, at one point, whatever percent passed in a NECO, I will wish that even the papers of those who passed will be exhibited so that we know the extent of deterioration in education in this country. I don't know what the future has for our children, for the children that are coming up. Because even in WAEC, you see the papers and you cannot even think of what are they passed through any school at all? Who are their teachers? You can't even say because it is just too bad. So I wish, I've been thinking it in my spirit, that there should be a day, there should be sections even in 6 where the papers of the students will be exhibited so that all we go to look at them and see what the rights and see whether our country is going to anywhere in education, even south, in the south here, in the south, in the east, in the west, not to talk of the north. So I don't know where we are really going. And even a little child, send a little child something, he wants gratification. He'll ask you, what will you give me? That is the corrupting. That is the extent of the corruption. A little child, you cannot help him to do anything free. He wants gratification. Will you give me sweets? Will you give me money? That is why it starts. So actually, we should start from the homes. And even my sister talked much about the elderly, about the adults. We should go ahead and do something. And I know Nigeria will be better. Even without shedding of blood, it will be better. Thank you.